fog wrapped around the old forest like a wet blanket, cold and heavy. The last bits of sunlight had slipped away behind the jagged trees, leaving the moon to cast a ghostly glow over the woods. Sam trudged deeper into Black Hollow Forest, the only sound the crunch of dead leaves under his boots. His flashlight flickered, struggling to keep the darkness away. When he checked his compass, it spun wildly, as if mocking him. He realized, with a sick twist in his gut, that he was lost. People in town talked about the Hollow Ones, strange creatures that haunted the woods when the moon was high. Most brushed it off as old folklore, but standing there, surrounded by trees that seemed alive with dark intent, Sam couldn't shake the fear tightening around his chest. The silence wasn't normal, it felt like something was listening, watching. Then, on a cold gust of wind, he heard it a whisper, faint but clear, calling his name. A sudden snap of a branch behind him made Sam spin around, his flashlight jerking through the darkness. For a heartbeat, he saw eyes deep, red eyes glistening before they disappeared. His heartbeat pounded in his ears, loud enough to drown out his shallow, quick breaths. "It's just animals," he whispered, but he didn't believe it. The whispers grew louder, and a low growl followed. He took a step back, but it only seemed to echo in the dark, like the woods were mocking him. Panic hit like ice in his veins. He broke into a sprint, branches slashing at his arms, roots grabbing at his legs. The whispers turned into shrieks, high and inhuman. Up ahead, a tree twisted and dark, older than anything he had seen, stood in the mist. On its bark was a symbol carved deep, a spiral surrounded by jagged marks. It glowed with a dull red light, casting flickering shadows that danced like demons. The ground quaked beneath his feet as shadowy figures emerged, dark and half-transparent, but becoming more real with every second. Their faces were wrong-twisted, their mouths open in silent screams, eyes black and endless. Sam's breath came in ragged gasps as one reached out, its fingers sharp and slick with something dark. The touch burned cold, and pain shot through his arm. He fell backward, hitting the cursed tree. The symbol's glow brightened, and Sam's vision swam with shadow. A bright, blinding light flooded the forest, making Sam squeeze his eyes shut. When he opened them, everything was still. The sky had softened to a deep blue, the first signs of dawn creeping in. The tree and the ghostly figures were gone, but a strange mark burned into his arm, a spiral like the one on the tree. It throbbed, hot and menacing. Sam stumbled out of the forest, jumping at every crack and rustle. The town came into view, quiet and safe under the first rays of morning. But Sam knew he wasn't truly safe. The whispers stayed with him, an echo in his mind, promising that what had started in Black Hollow Forest was far from over. Subscribe for more videos.